Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is doing well. Today's video is going to be a different one. We are going to go through my vanity and what I have on my vanity that I reached the most in every category, in every makeup category. So I'm going to show you all of my favorites at the moment, and maybe we're going to turn this into a series and go choose absolutely new products and switch them up. So if you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing and hit the notification bell, and let's get into the video. So this is what we're gonna tackle today. We're gonna go through all this and I'll show you what are my favorites at the moment in each category that I've been reaching for. I love this container. I can always put it down in my description box so you guys can see. So we're gonna go in order on how we apply on the face, and we're gonna start with primers. And for primers, I'm keeping here the Hydrating Primer by Heart and Candy. This is the 12-hour makeup grip primer. It's kind of a dupe for the milk one. It's a very nice primer under foundations. It makes your foundation last a very long time. It's sticky and it's a gel consistency. So this is what I'm keeping in my primer section. And I also love this NYX High Glass Face Primer. It is a very dewy, more of a tinted consistency. As you can see, it's very nice and very dewy. Look at that. I love this primer. So this is, again, I love keeping it in my primers for now. And for more of a cream, not gel-like, I'm keeping the e.l.f. Luminous Putty Primer. Everybody loves this. You can see that I've been using it a lot. So I'm loving this. Are my primers. Next, we're gonna go in foundations. We have drugstore and high-end. So let's start with the drugstore one. This is what I've been using lately, the Milani Conceal and Perfect 2-in-1 in the shade 00B Light. Now, this one is a more of a new foundation for me. I love that it has a nice pump, and it's a very high coverage foundation, as you can see. So I love to mix this with a primer that's more glowy. And this is one of my favorite from the drugstore. I'm loving this. This I'm using today, and I've been wearing a mask all day, so you guys can see that it's been sitting on my face for a very long time and it's been holding out very good. And this is the Age Perfect by L'Oreal, the Radiant Serum Foundation, and in the shade 10 Ivory. I love this foundation so much. I also love the Revlon. I have a full review on this foundation with a wear test. This is the Revlon Age Defying 3x Foundation in the shade 10 Bare Buff. Again, very nice pump, more of a liquid consistency, but very nice coverage. It's a little bit more dewy than the Milani one. So definitely been loving this one. And the Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron and Aloe Vera. This is in the 03 Neutral Ivory. This is another great foundation that I've been trying on lately. Let's put it on top of that glowy. You can see how beautiful and hydrating it looks. So definitely recommend this one from the drugstore. It is very affordable. And I bought the e.l.f. Flawless Satin Foundation. This is in light ivory, and I heard great things about this one. Let's see, oops, there's a lot that came out. Again, it comes with a pump, and you can see the consistency is more of a yellow undertone, so you can kind of see the different shades I got. So I'm loving this one's currently from the drugstore. So these are the ones that I've been using lately from the drugstore. Now let's go high-end. My most recent ones. This is one of my favorites, the Fenty Beauty, and this is the Pro Filter Hydrating Longwear Foundation in the shade 150. But it's such a beautiful foundation. I love the tube. I love the pump, and it is a very long wearing. It is more of a medium coverage, and it's a natural, very natural finish. It doesn't look cakey. I really love this foundation. Of course, we have the beautiful Charlotte Tilbury, the Airbrush Flawless Foundation. Mine is in the shade 2 Neutral. I've been reaching out a lot for this one. Now the Glowish by Huda Beauty. I do have a review on my channel, and this is a very favorite of mine as well. This is a multi-dew skin tint. This is in the shade 02 Fair Light, and you can use this under foundations or by itself. I've been using it by itself, and you can use it under foundations that are more matte by giving yourself just a more natural glowy look so you don't have that matte cakey finish. So I really love this one a lot. My beautiful Rare Beauty foundation, this is in the shade 170W. This is a very nice foundation as well. You just need a tiny bit of foundation and it gives you that natural finish, and it does have coverage as well. Very beautiful foundation. It wears a long time without caking, and make sure you give this a good shake, because you need to give it a good shake in order for it to apply beautifully on the skin. So I love this one. And of course, I love my Guerlain L'Essentiel. This is a foundation in the shade 00W. It's a very high-end foundation, glass, beautiful coverage. It comes with a pump. It's more of a creamy consistency and very full coverage, so I'm loving this one. It has a little bit of a scent, and just the bottle is so luxurious. It has the logo right here. It's just a beautiful foundation. So I sometimes use this, not very often because it's expensive, so I just use it once in a while. I don't want to finish it too fast. And of course, we have the newest in my collection. This is the Merit Foundation Concealer Stick. This is from the company Merit. Is a minimalistic, luxurious brand that came at Sephora, and this is in the shade Silk. And this is a perfecting complexion stick. I have a review on this as well. This is what it looks like. It's so beautiful. I'm loving this foundation. And it does have a little bit of coverage. So even though it's a foundation concealer, it does cover very beautifully on the skin, yet it makes your complexion look very natural. Next category is concealers. Concealers, I have a lot of options here, so let's go through them. My first one, I'm loving the Becca one. Now Becca is going out of business, and I did buy a brand new one as a backup. This is the Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, light to medium, the shade. And I'm loving this. I love to wear this in the inner corner of my eye. I don't like to apply it all over under my eyelid because I do find it, because it's such a brightening cream, I do find it that it can crease by the end of the day. But I'm loving this for the inner corner of my eye. I'm wearing it today and it's just beautiful. Of course, we have the Rare Beauty Concealer. This is in the shade 170W, same as the foundation. Love the Dofu applicator. This is a beautiful concealer. It doesn't crease. Again, love to use this in the inner corner and outer corner of my eye. So all my concealers, I like to use them in the inner corner and outer corner only. NARS Concealer. This is in the shade Light 1 Chantilly. This is a very beautiful, hydrating, glowy concealer. I love this shade for me. It's the perfect shade and it is very beautiful on the skin. It does illuminate my eye area, and it doesn't crease at all. So I'm loving this concealer. Now, these are the KOSAS concealer. This is my KOSAS concealer in the shade 02. I think I want to go a little bit lighter next time. This seems to have more of a yellow undertone, as you can see. It is pretty yellowish. So this is great to kind of conceal any spots, dark spots on the skin. So not really good for a brightening under eye area because of the shade, but the consistency, definitely recommend this for under eye area. It is very hydrating and glowy, illuminating. Great concealer, one of my favorites as well. Ooh, let's see this one. This one I got in a BoxyCharm, and this is the Tarte Concealer Shape Tape Glow Wand. It comes with the concealer, a wand, and a sponge on the bottom so that you can easily correct the inner corner of your eye and apply your concealer. It is a beautiful, hydrating, perfect shade concealer. Look at that. It's such a beautiful shade, and I got this, look how brightening and illuminating this is. And I got this in a BoxyCharm, so I'm very happy with it. Love this. Love this concealer. Now, here is another great hydrating, illuminating one by Fenty Beauty. This is in the shade Golden Ivory 02. You can see the packaging is the most negative part about this. However, look how messy it gets in there. And I do love the ball, but a lot comes out. If there's any air bubbles when you push the first time, it does spray out. This is a great concealer. However, the packaging is what's negative about it, but that won't stop me from buying it again because it is great to travel and it's just a very beautiful concealer. Now, this is very new in my collection, the Josie MARAN Vibrancy Argan Oil Full Coverage Concealer. This is in the shade Light. Now, I just bought this. I love the packaging, beautiful colors. It is a beautiful consistency. Comes with this nice tofu applicator, but you see how dark it is. It came in the shade Light. So here's something to keep in mind, that if you do purchase this, make sure that you go lighter, because this is again a great concealer for the under eye area, but I can't use it as it's too deep for my skin tone. So I kind of have to conceal stuff like anything on the face that I need to cover. That's what I have to use this for. And this is another beautiful concealer by Essence, the Camouflage Matte Concealer. And this is in the shade 30 Light Honey. This is a made in Italy concealer, so I am loving this concealer as well. Very affordable, wonderful tofu applicator, as you can see. Look at that. Now, this concealer, again, it's more on the dark side, so you can use it very easy to as kind of even a foundation. There's a lot of product in there, and it's a very good coverage and very natural concealer looking for your skin tone. It's just a little bit, again, too dark, but I'm not mad about it. I really love it. Next, we have bronzers. Next step in my face complexion routine is applying bronzers. So I have cream bronzer and powder bronzer. Let's go through cream first. Now, my most used ones as of right now are the Huda Beauty Contour Bronzer in the shade Light. This is such a beautiful bronzer. I'm wearing it today. I still kept the coverage because maybe that protects the bronzer from drying. You can see how beautiful this is. Look at that. Such a nice sun-kissed bronzer. Definitely recommending this bronzer. It is just a beautiful bronzer to have in your collection. I'm wearing it today. It melts into your skin. gives you the nice natural sun-kissed look. What more can you ask for? Now let me show you the beautiful Say bronzer. This is in the shade medium bronze, Sun Melt. What a beautiful name, Sun Melt. Very similar to the Huda Beauty. You can see it's not as creamy when you touch it. The Huda Beauty was a little bit more creamy. This is more putty-like. And look at this. I'm gonna put them right beside each other so you can see how very similar they are. This is, I cannot even tell the difference. They're just beautiful shades. So this is another bronzer that I love to use all the time. It's very hard to choose between this and the Huda Beauty. And of course, I have the Tarte bronzer. This is in the shade Breezy Cream Bronzer. Beautiful. Look at that. Again, this is kind of in between the creamy Huda Beauty and the Say bronzer. Now let's see how this looks. So it looks very muddy on the finger when you apply it. Very nice sun-kissed look. Now the difference, you can tell that this has more of a red undertone. And again, this is, I believe, waterproof, the Tarte one. So you can see how beautiful all those bronzers look. And my last cream bronzer, this is newer in my collection, is the Makeup by Mario. It comes with the brush on one side. The brush, you can disconnect it so you can wash it. The bronzer stick, which I just put my nail into it. Look at that. Again, it looks more muddy. However, when you apply it, look how beautiful this looks. You just blend it out and it blends into this beautiful sun-kissed bronzer, just the same as the rest. Oh, guys, now look at this. Can you tell how much I love bronzers? Now, these are my powder bronzers. So let's start with one of my most favorites. This is the KOSAS bronzer, and this is in the shade medium golden bronze. It is more of a dewy bronzer. They're gonna be harder to swatch. Such a beautiful, very natural bronzer. So if you want more of a natural look, this is the bronzer to go for. I love this bronzer. Now here is the very affordable Undone Beauty Warm Up Bronzer. This is a 4-in-1 because of the highlighters. And this is vegan and cruelty free. Such a beautiful bronzer. So you go like this and you get a very nice golden bronze, and then you go into this too and you apply and you give yourself a very nice glowy bronze. It's right here. Definitely recommend this one. Okay, next one is the e.l.f. The e.l.f. bronzer. This is in the shade Forever Sun-Kissed. What a perfect name. It's very more of a powdery bronzer. However, when you apply it with a brush to your face, it looks much better than it shows on the hand, because this is another one of my most reached bronzers in my collection. Very affordable. Now, of course, everybody knows the beautiful Charlotte Tilbury. This is the airbrush bronzer in the shade 2 medium brown, and this is for your face and body. Look how beautiful this is as well. Everybody knows this. Very similar to the e.l.f. You see, you can barely pick up on the, put it on the hand, but on the face it looks beautiful. Much more intense than the hand. Very beautiful bronzer. Of course, the Patrick Ta. This is in the shade She's Sculpted. Love this bronzer as well. So this is the cream version. Let me show you the cream one. It is very, very creamy. That's such a beautiful color. And then you go with the powder one as well and intensify it. That's a beautiful, more of a cool tone, but it's just a very sun-kissed bronzer for your face as well. I love that it has a cream one and a powder one. And of course, we have the Gucci one. The Gucci one has a very nice smell. This is in the shade 02. Look at this. This is packaging is amazing. Now, this is more of a intense. You can see right away. And all you have to do is just blend it in, and it gives you that nice sun-kissed look. It has more of a red undertone. However, the more you blend it, it just melts into the skin and it looks beautiful. Love this bronzer. Next, let's go into blushes. Here are the blushes. Oh, I love the blushes. This is another one of my favorites. We can go faster through this, so this video is not a million years long. Now, let's start. I have cream blushes in this section, then I have a divider here, and I have powder blushes. So let's start with the powder blushes. This is by Melt in the shade Sundown. Love Melt blushes. Very beautiful, beautiful sun-kissed blush. What more can I say? It is great blush to have in your collection. Definitely recommend this. I have the Patrick Ta Do We Know Her blush. Again, same design. It comes with the cream version. Very peachy looking. Ooh, and then we have the powder one. Very nice blush. And then another one of my favorite, the writing is gone. This is by Milani in the shade Luminoso. This is a baked blush. Look at that. Such a pretty blush. I love it. When you apply it to the face though, it looks much, much different and better than when you apply it to the hand. Love this blush. And newest one in my collection is this mini one by NARS. And this is in the shade Orgasm. And look at this, so cute. It does have some shimmers in there, but it's such a beautiful, very subtle blush. But when you apply it to the face, again, it does show up more than the hand. The cream ones, I have the Co-Beauty ones. This is in the shade Sienna. Beautiful, beautiful shades. I've been wearing this and loving them a lot. A very long-lasting cream blush. It has a more sticky consistency, lasts all day long. And this is the one in Sunrise. I already have a review on this, guys, so I won't spend much time on them. But it's just, if you want to go for more of a peachy color, this is, don't be intimidated by it. It blends very nicely into the skin. Now, I love the KOSAS Velvet Melon. I love, this is a duo, and this is a blush and highlighter. You can see how beautiful peach this blush is. Again, it's more of a consistency when you apply it on the face, but that's the KOSAS one. And this is the highlighter. Might as well show you the highlighter too. Beautiful highlighter. You can see. Very glowy. I love this duo. Now, we all know the Rare Beauty, and this is in the shade Joy. Very pigmented, very pigmented. Be very careful with this. Small dot goes a long way. You put your brush into it and look at that. Such a beautiful shade. I love this peachy shade. This is another great blush. I just got this from Merit. This is the Merit in the shade Beverly Hills. It's a very beautiful natural blush. I really love this blush. Then I have this one by e.l.f., the Putty Blush, and I think this is in the shade Bahamas. It doesn't have a shade on it, but from what I remember, it is Bahamas. But this is a beautiful, beautiful blush. Look at that shade. I'm loving this blush, and this is so, so affordable. So I love this shade a lot. The peachy one looking like this. Then I have the Tower 28. This is another great blush that I love to reach for. You can see the consistency. Oh, beautiful. This is in the shade Power Hour. I wish I had more by Tower 28. I have to buy more, but look at that. So beautiful and so very vibrant. I love this blush. And the newest one in my collection is the Glossier. It's in the shade Dusk. This is, again, I'm wearing this on my face today. Be careful because, again, look, it's like it comes out a lot. I love the packaging, but for some reason, like, look at this. Such a nice shade, very natural sun kiss. See, these are my favorite shades in blushes. Love it. Then I like to go with highlighters. Here I have powder highlighters and here I have liquid highlighters. So for powder highlighters, this is the Revlon Skin Lights in the shade 201 Daybreak Glimmer. I love this highlighter. It is a very beautiful. You can see, look how beautiful this looks. I love to use this on the cheek and mostly in the inner corner of my eye. Such a beautiful shade. Next, I have the Natasha de Nona I Need a Glow highlighter. Everybody knows this one. Very similar shade to that Revlon. It's a little bit like, look how beautiful it applies to the hand, yet it does feel a little bit more chalky. But when you apply it, it just melts into the skin. So you can see the difference. The Revlon one is more intense. This is more subtle. And here is another one by Maybelline, the Master Chrome Metallic Highlighter in the shade 100 Molten Gold. This is another beautiful highlighter. It's a little bit more darker, so depends on your preference, but I'm really loving this one. When you brush it into the skin, it does melt and it kind of gives you that nice glow from within. And then let's go into liquids. These are some of my favorites I've been reaching for. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Liquid Glow Highlighter in the shade Perla. This is a beautiful highlighter and a little goes a long way. There's a lot in this tube, 20 milliliters. Look at this beautiful highlighter. Such a beautiful shade. So this is shade Perla. Then I have the Rare Beauty in the shade Mesmerize. I wanted the one that looked more champagne, but I didn't have available, so I bought this one. And I'm actually very happy that I bought this one. It does look pink when you apply it to the hand. However, when you do melt it into the skin, you can barely see that this was pink when you first apply it. You see? So I'm happy about that. And this is the Tower 28 Super Dew No Shade Highlighter. It's more of a balm. I wanted to try this because this gives you that nice, very wet look on your face. So it's kind of hard to show you this one. But here, let's put some here. So you can see this wet type of look it gives you. You see right there? It looks kind of like more of a Vaseline consistency, but I really like it. So I'm really loving this one as well. And last we have powders. I don't have that many favorites in powders. I have to declutter some, but these are the ones that I reach the most. And from powders, I have drugstore and high-end. That's how I divided them. And this is the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Instant Wrinkle Powder. This is more of a dupe for the Pat McGrath one. It is this type of powder, very looks white, but it does cover everything on the face and sets your makeup so beautifully. And then in high end, I have the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish in the shade 1 Fair. It's a very nice powder that does cover your imperfection and gives you that flawless look, just like its name. And of course, you guys know the Pat McGrath Labs, in the shade Light. You can see that the writing is all gone. The Skin Fetish Under Eye Blurring Powder. It's very little compared to the Charlotte Tilbury, you can see. This is a very nice powder. Look at that. I just touched it and it's very fine. That's what I love about it. Very fine. Perfect to use for your under eye area. And I love to apply them sometimes with the Tati Beauty Blendiful. That's why I'm keeping it here. And of course, the KOSAS. This is in the shade Breezy Cloud Set. I love this KOSAS powder for the same reasons. You can see how much I've used it. It's just a very nice blurring powder. Not cakey at all. None of this are cakey on my face. And I have dry skin. So I really hope you enjoy my favorites in every category. I know that there's a video going around my top 3 favorites in every category, but I couldn't do that. I have to show you my current favorites at the moment, and in a month or so we're gonna switch them up because that gives me an opportunity to use all of my other makeup and not just be stuck on certain makeup. So I hope you really enjoyed this video, and if you did, please don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you in my next one. Love you guys. Bye.